episode number 26 of the Dent Digest live show. We've got John Scotto here as a guest. What's up, John?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
You know, we got a Patriots fan on here. I'm really having a hard time already. So, you know, it's gonna be a tough show. So it looks like John's frozen up there a little bit, but I want to get into last week's show a little bit. It was with Randy on here. You know, we kind of were really trying to get some more videos from you guys for Maria's little get well card that we've been trying to put together, and kind of got to hear Randy's, journey so far in his paintless dent repair industry of where he is now, what he's done in the past. So with Maria, if you guys don't feel comfortable leaving a video, just send me a text and I can put that in the video just as a text from who it's from. Kind of roll through that. I will add my email address to this. We've got quite a few. I'm putting one together this weekend because we are heading. Me and John are actually heading to the Mega Media event. Right?
Greeley, Colorado. Yeah.
You ready?
I'll be ready. I'm not ready, but I'll be ready.
I think it's going to be cold. I think it's going to be a little bit of a coldness out there. So,
well, I hope the pictures
I wanted to,
that I saw, I hope it hasn't snowed out there yet.
I hope not either. I'm not ready for snow here on the East Coast.
No.
So I always like to bring on some tools. I have two tools that saved my butt this week. So I'm going to start with the first one. And then, did you bring any tools with you, John?
Oh, I got tools.
So this thing right here, the famous Blem Daniel Grom balloon tip. So this thing, I had a Dodge Ram. What was that thing? I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like their big model Ram, and it was a dent in the tailgate, and it was rolled over, and it was like a BB shot. And I was like, I don't even know if we're going to get this out. It was a brand new Dodge Ram, and it was behind the latch mechanism. And this was the absolute only tool that would get in there to get this thing out. And it didn't really push little high spots. I kind of used it and drug it through because it was so tight in there. And I just kind of filled it. And the good thing with this was it kind of didn't make push marks. It made little lines. So with it leaving little lines, I just kind of filled it in and then cleaned it up. But this was the absolute only tool that I could get in there. I even tried like the super skinny Dentcraft blue and gray handled whale tail. And it wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So this thing.
That's what I try. That's the thinnest tool, really. That
Yeah.
When you need something that thin. But yeah, those are really nice. I don't have them, but I've used it.
This thing is it's sick. It's a sick tool made by Blem. And the second thing is a John Hiley T-handle. So I put a picture on Instagram, and I literally had every single attachment. So I have his T-handle and his regular handle. And I had every attachment on both sides of this thing. And it looked like I was turning the water off out front of your house. I was I was working on a F350 2020 bedside, and I could not get enough torque behind this thing. So I have both sides, and I am just cranking on this thing. So this thing, the build quality on this tool is unbelievable. See, look at this.
I have the first one though.
That thing's still awesome.
I know, but you know what? I can't wait to try to use it like that. And did you see the one Mike took off the black and you just have the balls in the end? That's that looks like it'd be a real comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing is badass. You have the adapters for that too with the.
I do. I have the Ultra and the smaller A1. So what do you got with you today?
What do you want? I mean, I got These are my two newest tools that I've only used this one. I don't know. You've already talked about this, but this is the spoon I got from Stanliner.
You got one of those, huh?
Oh, yeah.
This guy.
I did. Then I've used that. This is the other one I've got.
So what is that one?
So this is like the killer whale,
Okay.
but it's, they call it the hammerhead or something here. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So many names have been coming out, but I play with this tool just playing with it, but I have not used it because what I don't like about it is it's 40 inches. That's
Holy
a big,
moly.
like, yeah. I mean, what are you gonna beat some of this? Like this thing, that's like, that real sharp crease, like, trying to finish something. I mean, this is gonna be perfect, but the length, dude, it's just, I think it's way too long. I think it's way too long. So that is, those are my two newest tools. I mean, I got a couple of the favorites in here going on all night.
So, on that,
this is one of my favorites.
Spoon, look at that.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh.
Like this tool, when this came out, and I have a lot of hammers, but this is, if you do a lot of bigger stuff with crowns, not necessarily bigger, but a lot of crowns, it's so, you can get your hand so far back and you can whack it. And when you whack, it's like, it's boom, boom. It just puts it right back, versus, this is my other hand. I love
Oh, look at the Grominator.
You gotta be careful. Like this is like this thing here, you can just beat crowns, Love this tool.
What size
this is the longest
crowns?
one.
What do you have there?
I think it's a 17, but I was gonna ask Chad if he could. I'd love one just a little bit long, like 4 inches longer.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
He's got one.
Does he?
Got one. Yeah. So on that Daniel Grom hammer, do you know what the numbers on the head mean?
No, I still don't. Well, you're gonna tell me because I've been waiting to hear. What is it?
It's his it's his racing days with jet skis. That's his number.
I figured it had racing something, but
yeah, it's his jet ski racing.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, what did he race? Stand-up jet skis?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Well, I know that's what a lot of people when they race them do. Those things used to be sick when you did them all up.
Yeah.
I had a stand-up jet ski, so don't be picking.
Not me, not me. So let's get into your little history here, like how you got into the industry, what your transitions have been, and where you are now. So let's do a little Scotto time.
Scotto time.
Yeah.
I got one more tool first.
Let's do this.
This thing. Oh my God!
Is that the Pee-wee or what is that?
No, this is the plastic. The Pee-wees too, but this goes in my pocket every day. So
you're liking the plastic?
Scotto, I love this plastic. So Johnny Scotto's history. I don't know, man. My Scorpio, Sicilian, long walks on the beach, quiet times.
Nice.
No, I graduated. So let's see. I graduated high school 91, and Lexus chip like the second day it opened, and so I was working there for a while, and I was working in parts. I actually used to take. So my father, I come from a body shop background. My father has been in the body shop industry forever. So I'm working for Lexus. It's a new car, they just came out in 89. It's 91. So the body shop.
89. Look at this old guy. 89.
89. That's when Lexus came out. So they made that ES 250. So I used to get, when they body shops called, I literally used to get in the truck with crash books and drive to the body shop, and whoever called, I'd sit there and make a parts order list with the body shop, because they were so new. I mean, computers. I mean, actually, I didn't even have a cell phone. I'd have. But anyways, so I'm at the dealership one day, and someone comes in, and I write a PO, and I said, "What did you do?" And they said, "Fix the dent." I mean, you fix that, my father does all the dents, because they didn't go, oh, Perry Pierce. So that's how to it. So I actually got his name and number, and I went home, and I was all, my father this number. I had no idea. You know what I mean? I was just like, I didn't even know what it was. I just knew what he told me. So I went home, gave the number to my old man, and he actually called and sat down. It was not Dent, was it, at that time? I think, if I remember correctly. I think, but anyway,
yeah.
so they had a little meeting with him. Why, you remember that name? So
I do.
they had a little meeting with my old man and the owner there at my father's place, and my old man's a diabetic, so his eyes aren't that good. So, I was all excited. How'd that go, Dad? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna use them. I'm like, oh, I thought you would be interested. He said, no. So it was probably like another couple of years. I think it was like 93. I was doing a little bumper repair and stuff like that, and I was still working for that Lexus dealership. And Dent had actually approached me. And I think they knew a little bit of my background or whatever, or of my father, this one guy. And so I ended up going, they ended up hiring me. I was in training. I think it was the spring of 94. I had just turned 20. I think I turned 21. Right. I think I was 20 years old, and I turned 21 right after. But anyways, so I had Dent was a training, and I got out of training 2 months. I got out of training, and I came home. They gave me a truck, a set of tools, a big Nextel, and that was it.
Yes.
The brick. The lady would be clicking right over, beep, 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 yelling, "John, you there? John."
That would be the worst. That
Oh,
would be the worst. And they're like, "Bleep, where you at? Where are you at?"
oh, I hated it. So what I actually did do was, that Lexus dealership that I worked at, dude, they had like this big metal building in the back, and that's where all the wholesale cars. I was back there for months and months, just practice fixing dents, And then it was funny when they did hire me. They told me I was the last guy they were going to hire, and I kind of laughed. And he goes, "What are you laughing at?" Michael Fedora, which I love him. His dad's going, "What are you laughing at?" I go, "Well, nothing. I'm just saying there's like 300 dealerships on the South Shore, because I was, and wouldn't you know that before I left, which I was there for right under 10 years. Well, I had 19 guys under me before I left. I had a lot of friends, man. I brought a lot of people into into the industry. And the sad thing is, man, I don't really talk to pretty much any of them.
Yeah.
I've just recently been reconnected. Actually, I do talk to a couple. I talked to my buddy Joe, one that I hired, a good friend, Tommy Boroff. It was funny too, because, when I started, that's when things were like, people were just getting in to get it, and I was just so, all these guys will tell you, I was just so passionate how I explained, this is what we're doing, stat. Like, Tommy was a detailer, I think. Yeah, he was detailing at Lexus, and everyone was young, man. I was young too, but I grew up as a worker. I grew up as a hands-on. I went to a vocational high school, so but yeah, it was it was interesting, man. I brought a lot of people on, and you know, like I said, I don't really talk to many of them. I mean, I feel like, well, let me go back. So that was 10 years. I worked for them for about 10 years till 03. And then 03, you know, pretty much started my own journey, I guess. And it's been a crazy journey.
But
I mean, I started off.
you moved up in the to management though, correct? You were in management for a little while.
Yeah, it basically became that, you know, I just kind of knew I kind of got pushed into management. I mean, I love fixing dents. That's what I love doing. And
Yeah.
anyone that knows me knows that that's what I love. I love to work on it. I mean, so I kind of got pushed into management and setting up kind of what I had so many different areas for, you know, one guy. And I had like right out of the gate, I had that, and it's when Dent was,
Yeah.
I think I was number 11.
Oh yeah.
I was number 11 and 12 that started. So, I mean, it was so new, you know.
And a lot of
But
these guys don't understand the power of the Dent Wizard back in the day. We were the only game in town for a long time. The
we
power
were.
was unbelievable.
We were. And, you know, a little funny story. We actually, they were obviously, they were buying out the competitors. And we had
Yeah.
one guy, he had 3 guys. And they got bought out. You know, I'm sure they had some type of contract. The other 2
Yeah.
faded away.
I think we're losing John. So let's see if we can get him back on here. Looks like there we are. You're back. No, he's not. I guess he'll click back in. So John's going through his stages of being with Dent Wizard, going through being pushed into management, working through his trials there, and trying to slowly begin his own journey in his own company. There you are, John. You back? You there? There he is.
Yeah, what are you, sick of me? What are you, sick of me already?
No, your internet connection's freezing, so you were losing it.
I'm sorry.
Still there? There we go. It's all good. That's what happens when you got live show here. You know, you're gonna have connection issues. It happens.
I got dial-up internet. Sorry.
Oh my God. Put a quarter in it, man. Come on.
So
Put
anyways, tell me when
and
you
just
can't.
dial that number.
So tell me when
you left
can't
the
hear me.
Wiz. You left the Wiz, and then what did you end up doing?
Out of my own journey, and that's when you know, I mean, you went through it, man. I was worried about getting sued and scary. You know what I mean? It was, put it this way, me. 4 guys left, right, and they we went through. I saw the money that we were paying to fight them, and I was freaking, you know, I was scared.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of minded I went, I did a little hail for a couple of years, and then after hail, what?
I'm sorry.
Who's that?
The Dent Reaper's asking if you're still using your Nextel.
John.
Oh man.
I'm still using the phone. I don't know what happened to the computer here. That's
So you were scared of getting sued, and
Yep. Scared of getting sued. Chased some hail for a little while. Came back and contract. It was 18 months and a new contract with them. And then, like I said, I started my journey then. I really just started my journey, I feel like, in the past 5 years. But, you know, it's been a long road, man. It's been a long road.
Yeah.
A lot of ups
So you
and a lot of downs.
Well, I mean, I think that's all of us in this business, and that's one thing that I hope that the new guys can sit back and say, you know what, it is hard. You know, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time. I remember talking to Dave Fisher at MTE this year, and he's fairly new into a whole game and really making a push and spending a ton of money and he's like, man, my website's just not growing. It's just not moving as fast. And I'm like, man, it is a straight grind. If you're not grinding this out and you're not in it for the long haul, it's going to be a rough road. You just got to sit back and relax and ride the train. You know?
Yep. And it's not even just ride the train. Like, there's so much you're going to see in 5 years. Like,
yes,
you can get good in a couple of years, but you gotta see some years before you know, because things change.
mm-hmm.
Things change.
Totally.
You know.
Totally. I mean, we're having a big change in this area.
Imagine what if we had what we, you know, when you started, if you had what we have today. I mean, you know.
Game over.
Game over. The only thing we all share, we have one, you know, I feel like, you know, most of the guys that I'm connected with now is we all share the one thing, and that's everyone's got passion, you know.
Oh,
and the guy,
yeah.
it's us that have passion, and then there's the other ones. That's just how I always say it, you know.
You know, it's super weird because my wife's like, how can you talk to these guys all the time about dents? What can you guys talk about?
All the time.
And I'm like, you know what? I can go have a party with my neighbors, and none of them understand what we go through on the daily.
None. I try to tell people all the time, man. It's funny, you know what bothers me the most is I talk to all of you guys. I mean, even yourself. I mean, people all across the country. But today I was texting back and forth with, you know, that kid Tommy I was just telling you about. I keep, no one walks through my shop, man. They all know where I am. It's like, dude, well, I'm right here, man. Like, it's crazy that I talk on the phone like to all you guys, and I wish I could bring everyone together around here. I mean, I know there's guys that, but it's crazy, you know.
We're gonna do it.
I feel like I'm the old man, and they're like, you know, we want nothing to do with you, but
so you've got a new shop. I see Mike came up to see you, and I'm seeing some. It looks awful nice in there. You know, a little baller.
It's getting there, man. It's you know, it's my journey, you know, and I'll tell you, I'm because it's been a shit show, but it's my journey, and you know, it's my thing. And I mean, we literally tore the building down. Like, there was a metal frame standing there last June. So it's been, you know, June, whatever, 12, 15 months. And I finally got my plumbing in. My bathroom is just about done. So I'd be done going to the bathroom in the bag, but joking. But it's getting there, man. It's getting there. I'm psyched. You know, still got a little small build out to do with the bathroom, but the shop is, you know, it's about 80% functional. I got some more setting up to do with my tools. Not everything's out. You know, I'm like a little kid in a candy store, dude. It's like Mike was in there going through my shit. He's like, "Oh, you haven't never used this tool, but you have this tool, and you." I'm like, "I know, Mike. I told you. I mean, I bought 2 sets of those. That that blem set, the shave set. I love that set. So I bought my first set probably like 5 years ago or whatever, and I loved it so much. I knew I was going to open a shop, so I bought another one like another year or 2 later, thinking I was going to get it. And it took me a while to find a shop. So then I literally had tools for 2 years in boxes, dude, to go in that shop. You know how tough that was to walk by that box every day?
That's terrible.
Oh,
So, you're mainly retail. What is your position now? Is it retail? Is it wholesale? What do you have going on?
I got going on, everything going on. So I'm trying to, the last thing I'm trying to do to kind of complete, so I can really focus on running my business and the systems I want to put in places. And there's Tommy, man. I can't read that. I need my glasses.
Says he's coming to visit.
You better, dude. I ordered your grips for your tools and everything. But so what I'm doing is in Massachusetts we need an RS number to really do direction of pay with insurance company and stuff like that. But so that's my last little project that my father's working on right now. I have insurance, so I do very, very little wholesale now. I do some enterprise work, but a lot of enterprise work I do is insurance claims and whatnot. And I just put the website up in May, which Mike was yelling at me. I had to get it up, and I didn't want to put it up, and I didn't want to, even my social media. I mean, dude, I have only been connected on social media not even a year. Mega Media will be a year. Mike figured out I had social media at the last Mega Media, and when I left, I was on the plane and I'm getting all these alerts. I'm like, what the? This dude just hacked into my phone. I'm like, I didn't even know what he did, but because I mean, I had a Facebook account, but I didn't use it, dude, for years. For years. So I'm just getting in there, and it's been good, man. It's I mean, the website now, it's already working for me. I just want to have those last few things, set up completely. I mean, I've had probably. We had some hail this year. I didn't get money. I only got a handful of cars, but I've actually gotten, another handful of insurance claims in the past month because I deal with a lot of body shops, and the body shops are sending it directly now, and that's the thing. I've had 2 insurance companies come to the shop, because I have a lot of friends that are appraisers.
That's the way to do it. Those relationships.
Yeah. Well, my father, he's well respected in the body shop. Anyone that knows my name, it's funny because people always like Derek Yost. Yosty introduced me last year at MTE. We were at the bar, and he was cracking a joke. He's like, someone was there that never met me, and we were introduced. And then he goes, "Do you know Johnny Scotto?" And then at the end, he goes, "Junior." I go, "Do you even know why I always call myself Junior?" And it's funny because the only reason why I do actually is because my old man's been in this industry for so long. I mean, his appraiser's license number 64 in the state of Massachusetts. So, yeah.
So Don Cavanaugh is asking, are you connected to the mob?
No, of course not, Don. You better not swim on the bottom of Minnesota Lake.
So you did just make a trip to go see Mr. Cavanaugh, didn't you, last week?
I did. Yep, I did. What a good time, man.
Little quickie.
That guy is he's my boy, man. I'm glad to have him in my life. I feel blessed that, all these years in this industry, man, I feel like I really am blessed with the friends I have in this industry now. I feel like even you, Ryan, I feel like it's so easy to connect with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like you said, man, you know, even some of my friends, I mean, I'm talking my lifetime friends and stuff. It's funny because it's like I can only talk to them so much about it, and then it's like they're like, you know, we gotta get a drink. All right,
Yeah.
enough dent talk until they get a dent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we understand each other, so you know, Don, man, I talk to him sometimes 3 times. We're like girls, man, three
Yeah.
times a day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it's not that it's like this, that. It's you just it's so quick to like ask a question, and it's like boom, boom.
Yep.
You know,
I
and
mean, I talked
it's
to you 3
it's
times today.
I know.
But that's my
I
problem is
know.
I have trouble finishing a conversation because I'm always poop, poop,
I
poop,
will
poop,
say
poop.
this, dude. I will say this. I'm pretty bad with that. As far as like, I usually hang up. Ask Mike and Jay. You're bad, dude. You're like, I'll call you right back. Call you. I'm like, oh shit, this kid's busy, busier than me. But
It's
these
crazy.
things, you know. See, the thing is, dude, you're mobile. I do have to say something. I feel I am so blessed. I love being in my shop, man.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I literally like I feel like I'm home, man. I
Yeah.
really do. It's like I've always wanted, you know, and I'm not even done. I just feel so comfortable. It's you know, it's little things and the guys that know me that, you know, that have known me since day one, they know like I'm that sucker that just could never walk away from anything.
Yeah.
And for that reason, you know, I like taking things apart. I mean, I take more doors off than freaking hoods. You know what I mean? It's oh, I mean, when I'm fixing a door, if I have a dent that's in the front of the door,
Yeah.
and I know I'm gonna struggle it, I take it off and go through the wiring harness. I mean, you
Yeah.
fix and then you fix it at 360 degrees.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cleaner repair.
Oh yeah, cleaner, quicker. You
Pack's
know.
asking, is a retail shop feasible in a non-hail market?
Well, that's a good question, man. And I'm gonna tell you, young people that are just getting in this, like, it ain't easy. I mean, it's not easy to have a shop, and it's not also easy to go into a shop and tear the freaking building down and start from scratch. I mean, I don't even own this place yet, so. But I felt that I was comfortable enough, you know, when I met Mike a few years back, and you know, I told him straight out, I don't have a website. I don't have nothing. I was just Johnny Scotto. I mean, I did, you know what I mean? I got a lot of people into this business, and I had an account base without trying. I mean,
Yeah.
knock on wood. I mean, I don't mean to sound like, but I do. And I do have, hey, I just lost a huge wholesale account about 2 months ago, but I'm still the way I did it is, you know, the way I do my life. Like I try to I try to live my life and I try to have things in control. I was brought up to do the right thing, you know. I'm always honest. And so I kind of built this shop as far as being like secure. Like I don't have a ton of overhead. So, you know, I'm not really worried about making it, you know. Sorry to make you sleepy, but
Oh no, it's not that at all.
oh,
But
trust me, it's
I
past my
think
bedtime.
I think with Pack, I think what he's trying to figure out. I think when you're
You can
doing
do it. You
something
you
that
you you can do it.
it's
You can
it's
do
all
it.
in how you strategically place your company, how you
Yep.
market it, how
Yeah.
you have to be smart in how you spend your money. If you're spending money with Yelp or spending your money with Google Ads or whatever you're doing, you need to you need to work that and build that customer base
Yeah.
before you make that
Yeah.
jump.
Well,
You have to have that
the
customer base coming.
yeah. Well, I'll be honest. So 2015, we had a good hailstorm here, and I do hail every. I would say I've done hail every year at home for the past. I at least have 1 to 5 claims a year for the past 10, 12 years, you know. But 2015, we had a really big storm. And I'll be honest, I put a lot. I saved a lot of money to start this shop. And the way I look at it is, if I went into it with low overhead, that
Yeah.
you build the field, like the old saying, build the field, they will come. I mean, look at Don, man. You got to be ready for a hailstorm. So, yeah, you got to be able to. It's got to be feasible to have a retail shop, but no offense to these guys, but it's a lot easier having a shop in Denver, Colorado, than it is in Rainham, Massachusetts. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. And I got all the respect for the world. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, I had to do it slower. It took me a long time to get to where I wanted to be, because I can't have a huge overhead, because what if I don't have that? It's been 4 years since a big hailstorm. But I will say, if I get hit with hail next year, you better believe that it better ride me through another 10 years, because I'll be ready for it. The seed will be planted. My website will be grown. My boys will be here. It'll be good.
I mean, look at Don. Don's got the absolute A team over there. You couldn't
really
ask for a
does,
better
man.
group of people.
Let me tell you something, dude. That's the first time I met Clifton in person. It was so funny, dude. Saturday morning, I'm walking to the hotel. It's raining out. Don picked me up Friday night. We went right home. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're going there to party?" We're old people, So he drops me off. I'm going to the elevator in the morning, and dude, I can't see. The joke is, they gave me a pair of glasses I wore all weekend, reading glasses. I hope it wasn't from my dent work. But anyways, Clifton's standing at the elevator. I'm looking down. I'm like, holy shit, that dude's big. Holy shit. And I'm getting closer. And then I'm like, Clifton? He's like, John Scotto? And I walk up, and he just opens his arms, dude. Like, he is the most coolest freaking dude. Big bear hug, man. And I'm a hugger.
Let me tell
too,
you,
so
he is a badass.
he is, but dude, he is the freaking nicest person, man.
Yes.
Like, he
First time I
really
met
is.
him, was at Anson Open House, and he walks up and just snatches me up and gives me this big hug, and I'm like, "Are you hugging me?" He goes, "Yeah, man. What's going on?"
I'm a hugger. Yeah.
But let me tell you, we talk for hours, and he's just a good dude.
He's just a real genuine dude. And then Ray, Ray's I've met him numerous of times, but dude, Ray is they're two great people. I'll tell you right now, all I kept saying to Ray is, I kept saying, Ray, next year, if I have any, will you come? Will you come? And because this might be his little last raha, but I'm hoping, Ray, if you are on here, I am still gonna. I want you there. But
yeah, man.
and then Don. I mean, hey, Don, Troy, Don's John. I mean, Don's an amazing dude. I mean, he's my brother. I mean, Troy. I want Troy. I keep telling, I need a Troy. I need a Troy. Troy's just a freaking. He's a house there, man.
Yeah.
And Randy was up there. We met a couple other guys that were there. This guy, Fred Delaney, came by. Great guy. I wish I was there for Jurgen.
Oh yeah,
because I
saw that on Facebook.
That was kind of cool. Yeah, that was kind of cool, man.
Did Don know he was coming?
Yeah. So I don't want to tell the story, but pretty much me, Don, and Randy were kicking around on Sunday, and they kind of threw out the. He wanted to try to meet him, and Don was gonna reach out to him or whatnot, and it was Sunday, so I guess Randy ended up getting in touch or something, and so they ended up finding out that he was gonna he got in touch with him, and I think they grabbed dinner the night before, and he headed over the next morning. But I mean, I'm Don's boy. I know it meant a lot to Don, and that's why I really wish I was there. Like, dude, 2 times I've been to Don's. Let me tell you something. 2 times. Once was a stand liner, and I don't know if you know the story, Ryan. My plane almost crashed on the runway on the way home, and
No.
I almost, yeah, oh yeah, dude. I mean, something I never experienced in my life. Like, I mean, fishtail. I thought I was seeing the flash of light. But what I was pissed is, Ryan, what I was pissed is when I got home, Dawn, I should have made it later in the day because Kaz came back in the morning with just Dawn. It would have just, and he got, I was so pissed. So Dawn, that's the one. And then the second time I leave early, Jurgen, well, it was actually the next day, Jurgen. But you know what? I know that it really meant something to Dawn because, you know,
Yeah.
Dawn is just, dude, he is the most passionate guy in this industry. He will give anything to anyone. He'll help anyone in this
Yeah.
industry. And he's trained a lot of guys. And, you know, he went through a lot with that guy. But you know what? Bottom line is that guy did train him. That guy did
Yeah.
bring him in. So, I mean, Don's blessed. And yeah, man, I wish I could have been there with him.
And I'll tell you, we in our industry, we're super lucky to have people like Don. And Don kind of shot himself out of a cannon here in the last 2 or 3 years. You know,
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Don
Yeah.
Cavanaugh before, and he started coming on Facebook, and I've been watching him for a long time. And then I got to meet him and got to build a relationship with him. And he's one guy that you can call and ask him anything, and he will help you through that dilemma or just have a good conversation.
Yeah. So I met Don the first, well, actually, it was the second year that I went to, I think it was the second year I went to MTE. The first year I went to MTE, Ryan, I didn't talk. I was like I saw Mike and John. John was like eyeing me down when I walked in the hotel, and I'm like, oh shit, that John Hiley. I'm like, uh-oh. So, and then, dude, me and Mike, we didn't, I think it was the second year is when I did PDR college with Don. And I'll tell you, that's when I went up to I approached Mike and me and Don. And I kind of kept in touch with Don at the beginning. It was a little, and after the second time I saw Don, it was like it was over. It was like he's my lost brother, you know. Like there's no,
Yeah.
you're stuck with me now. Same with Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, first time me and Mike had a conversation, I said, "Well, you're stuck with me now, buddy." So
Josh
but
is
it's all
asking, are
good,
you a
man.
one-man show or do you have employees?
I am a one-man show. I got my first guy right now that I'm getting to train, and he's actually R&Iing for me. I have a couple guys that I sub some work out to if I need, but I'm my shop. No offense, is my shop, and it's going to be done the way I want it to be done. So anyone that comes in the shop, you know, I'm starting a guy from scratch for that. If any of the other guys want to go into that shop, then you know what? I'd want them to approach me about it because done, you know, the old JJS Junior and Dent Repair way. And so I'm not really looking to, you know, I'm a one man, you know, going on the second man. I want someone to mirror me and be able to fix what I can fix, be able to, you know, go to Don's or go down to you, go to Mike's and visit for, you know what I mean, for a couple days and not worry about, you know, like Mike, the first time
Yeah.
Mike ever said something, first speech Mike ever did in front of me, it was in front of about 100 people, 110 people. And I swear to God, he was talking to me the whole time. I was so pissed. I'm like, he doesn't even know me. Why is he talking to me? And the first thing he said is, who's making money right now? That would not be me, you know? And then he asked, who has a website right now? And I said, that would not be me also. So,
Hey, you know, all us old
but
dogs sometime have to figure it out. You know what I mean? We're gonna
yeah.
get your social media rocking.
Oh yeah.
That's
Hey,
our
I'm
game
doing
plan.
some voiceovers, dude. I'm
You are
starting to,
your videos are getting really good.
I got a lot of content. I got a lot of content, not just from recently, but I got a lot of content for years. But I'm gonna be honest, man. It ain't easy to
No.
do these, but I'm really looking forward to next week as far as like even Charlie Molina, man. That's me and Charlie bought our websites. We sat next to each other at Dent Trainer, and I was so nervous, man, meeting because that was like, well, no, that was my second MTE, but oh my god, you know Charlie, dude,
Yes.
he is the best. That guy, he's reached out, help me out because I told him like a year ago when I got the shop, I showed him pictures. He was probably like, "Holy shit, who's this kid that I met? This place is a shithole. Insulation hanging down, rats running around, probably." But I told him, no, I'm pretty sure he knew I was for real. And but he's like, I told him, Charlie, when this place is close, I'm gonna start doing videos. And he's literally reached out the first couple I did and showed me little pointers, and
Yep.
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
He's another one
You
that's
know?
really, really good for the industry. I mean, I think it was Sunday he sent me a message and said, "Hey, I don't see that IMI power down video you did." And I was like, "Well, it was just private at first in the IMI group. It'll be live on Sunday night." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool." So it is nice to have guys that actually know what they're doing that can
Yeah.
say, do it this way or do it that way, or hey, when I first started, I had no help. This show,
Yeah.
it's figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My wife said it
Dude.
tonight. For me, I just started taking my kid to school 2 days a week, which is nice because I get a little bit of a break in the
You
morning.
should, man.
I'm usually out of
Yeah.
the house at 6. I take her to school 2 days a week, and you know what? I've never done a ponytail in my whole life. So she was going to school and her hair is just falling all over the place. But today, my wife says,
YouTube it, Ryan.
I did. And you know what she said? Don't ever nobody can ever tell you can't do something. Because I had the tightest and the baddest ponytail today you could ever see. And I was like,
nice.
I got it.
Fist
I
bump,
got
brother. That's badass.
So, what's your
man, hey,
expectation?
I want to comment on you, dude.
Okay,
before
go
you
ahead.
do that, I want to like, dude, you've really you do a really good job, man. Even with this show, bro. Like, I mean, I just met you not too long, but I mean, I feel like I already knew you,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like Mike, man, for all these years. It was funny. I used to have a private joke with someone about Mike, like, oh, there's your boy on there. And I always knew just because Mike talks about a lot of his personal part, like, just like we are. And
Yeah.
I just knew that I would have a connection with him. I mean, and same goes with you, man. I mean, you guys are my brothers. I'd do anything for you. I mean, you really do, an awesome job, and I appreciate it,
It's been fun, man. I had this vision and I was like, it'll never work. And I remember the first show, I was so all week before the first show, I sat here and I was like, nobody's gonna watch this crap. And it was just me talking, and I'm like looking at a cue card, and I was like, okay, let's hit all these points. And I was like, nobody's gonna watch this. And I look up and I was like, 41 people in here, and I'm like, oh man, look at all these idiots. Look at all these idiots watching this poor guy talk. But for me, I truly enjoy Thursday. I get here and it is what it is. Like I said, you were like, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. We're just going to chat like we do every day when we talk on the phone. You know what I mean? It's just real life stuff. And that's what I wanted was these younger guys that are asking these questions. Do you have employees about the retail shop? I didn't have that stuff. You didn't have that stuff. And I think it's awesome that there's the PDR College, the PDR Tool Time guys, Mike's podcast. I mean, there's so many things. Don on every day checking in, and there's so much information out there. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
It is. It is. And I think it's really important that we keep patting each other on the back with it. It just, I think we grow as an industry, and those days are over. Like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm better. You know what? It's like, let me tell you something, dude. 90% of the people around here, I'm sure, can fix a dent. It's everything else we do. I mean, we got a lot of guys that, like you, look at, man, it's 9 o'clock. I mean, you do these shows. I mean, we live, we eat, sleep, and this is what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, even like my shop, I'm no one special, but let me tell you something. It's not easy. It's not
No,
easy to have a show. I'm building
not
a
at all.
freaking thing. It's just so I just think it's good, man. I think it's great that we all keep patting each other on the back.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you. You told me at the thing, keep it up. You're doing a great job. Just keep doing what you're doing. And
Yeah.
I get no benefit. I don't make money on YouTube. I don't get any sponsors. It's just me just giving back. I told my mom,
Yeah.
she's a big person that does a lot of like charity stuff. And I said, this is my charity. This is my give back. You know what I mean? Guys with real
Yeah.
stories that have been through the struggle and trying to figure it out,
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's what really means the most to me right now is, I want to connect, I'm looking forward to setting this up with you up here.
Yeah.
And you know, I also David White there said he was having I kind of want to go down there. I think it's all
Oh yeah.
Denver guys. They do the Toys for Tots, but I just that's it. That's what it's all about, man. We're all the same, man. We are.
Dave Fisher's having a toy charity for kids in November at his place in Pittsburgh by Pittsburgh.
Oh,
There's
is
so
he?
many cool things out there. And I don't know if you guys know, but John and I are going to try to put together an East Coast Dent Tech meetup up there at his shop. So we're going to get some more details. We'll be able to spend some real time together this next week. So we're going to try to narrow
Yeah.
down the date.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we should say we're not going to try. We are going to do it. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
We're thinking, most likely, listen, everyone's got a lot going on, but it's probably going to be after MTE,
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, with the holidays and everything. And
Yeah.
plus, I got to get the place spick and span before you guys show up.
We all can't pee in a bag, John. We all can't pee in a bag. I don't know how
Oh,
you guys
no.
do it up
Hey,
there.
no, we're actually, yeah, my guy was by today. So the plumbing inspector, which I love it because I don't own the building yet. So it's like, but yeah, so they're making them put drains in my floors now in front of both of my garage doors, and they're making me, not me, him, my landlord, put a second bathroom in. So which is good because I always said 2 bathrooms I wanted anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing like an office, my office, and then a big waiting area. I say big, my office is probably only going to be like 12 by 12. And then the waiting area is going to take up all the rest of that. That's going to be a quarter of the shop. And I'm going to do like a mezzanine on top.
Okay.
So it's not going to be enclosed walls, but there'll be a table and shit. Well, I don't know. I might enclose up there, but yeah, it's gonna be good. And like I said, that everything's wrapping up in the next couple months. The other thing the plumbing inspector wants is Mike was laughing at me today. I go, he wants me to put a bubbler in. He goes, a what? I go, a
What?
bubbler. He goes, what's the bubbler? I go, dude, why do you talk funny? Why do you talk funny, Mike? It's a bubbler. He
What
goes,
is a
what does it
bubbler?
do? It's what you drink water out of. I guess it's a water fountain. I
Oh
call it a
my
bubbler.
gosh. You're talking about the thing with the big jug of water on top and it just bubbles when you
No, no. I think the bubble is, when you ever walk into a dealership and they have to have that thing, you push the button and the little thing squirts out.
No.
It's a bubbler. Well,
This
next
must be
time you
like a
go,
Boston thing. It must be with the whole Pats and all
no,
that, man.
Boston, all the Pats. I'm sure the Pats are winning. Are they winning? Anyone out there? Is anyone's watching? What's the score?
Oh, they're playing tonight. I forgot. You're missing your Pats from my show. Look at that. How terrible is that?
Yeah. Well, see, now you know,
Hopefully
brother.
they're losing.
I love you like a brother.
So, how excited are you for next week?
I'm really excited. I wasn't. I was a little stressed because I got two rail cars at the beginning of the week, which they were both pretty riddled, and one got pulled out of a body shop because it's a Camaro and they can't get parts for it. But I already ripped through one of them, and I really want. So I'm actually starting to get in a good mood. What's he saying? Oh,
He's asking who's going to the PDR World Cup.
Well, I'm not going, but I did get a
golden ticket. Look at this. He says it's called a drinking fountain.
It's called the drink. Well, oh, okay. Well, a drinking fountain, bubble. Same thing. You guys talk funny. I don't know what your deal is. But yeah, I'm getting excited, Ryan. I mean, how are you? You getting pumped up?
I am. You know, I've got my little. I've got some good stuff coming. So it's for me. I'm cramming a lot of information in for 1 hour.
You know, well, trust me, dude. I hope you know that you're speaking for 1 hour, but the other 3 days, I'm going to be dragging information out of you the whole 3 days.
I'm bringing some really good examples with me, because I am speaking about.
Huh?
You know, it should be good. It should be good. I got some good examples. Maybe you'll leave with some of those examples. You know, and I really wanted to gear it on to the local market branding, to where if you don't have a lot of money, this is how you can brand yourself in your market. Or if you have a little more, here's things that have worked for me that are completely out of the ordinary.
Yeah. If you're rich like you, I get it.
I wish I was rich. If I was rich, I'd pay somebody to do
you know
show.
Hey, you know what the best thing about the whole thing, Ryan, is when you leave there, dude, it's like I'm getting goosebumps now. I have a really crazy month this month and that's what's tough. You know, John Hiley always puts it so well. Like, you go through phases. I mean, we go through phases in life. It's like hail guys go through phases, man. They're out there pushing dents, working 15 hours a day. They got a lot of personal shit they got to take care of when they get home. Like, you know, it's not easy. So I got a lot of personal shit I'm dealing with this week. Well, I had to go to Don's. I got, going to this. I got another issue going on at the end of the month. I think I'm turning 30 years old this month also. So
how old are you?
A lot going on. 29. But
man,
the best.
Those vitamins are not working for you.
What do you mean, dude? I got a little hair left. No, but dude, I get so motivated when I leave there. Like, I literally go in my room. I go back to the room before I'm going to the airport, and I'm like dancing in the room, like ding, 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 ding. I'm so fired up. So fired up. And the best thing about it is everyone that leaves there, we all keep communicating and fire. I mean, it dies down after 2 months, but you know what? You get a lot done in 2 months. Yeah. You get a lot done in 2 months. And I'm just glad that, I mean, this is my third one. And, the first two, my first one, RPM Dent Repair yet. I was still doing a DBA under Immaculate Auto. I couldn't decide what I wanted to go under, And then my second one, like I said, Mike figured out I had freaking Facebook. So, and then, now I got, my business and I got hacked. Dude, that dude.
John Scotto got Toledo'd.
He probably Toledo'd my computer and I goes, watch this. I know he's going to stress out. I'm going to make it so he can't get on there. He's going to have to get on his phone.
I told you when I texted you, I said, no stress. Just chill. It'll be okay.
Hey,
because that's the worst feeling is when you get on a show, you're stressed, you're trying to figure it out. You get on the show and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the worst feeling in the world. So I know how that goes.
Dude, that's why I said to you yesterday, I go, Ryan, you just want to call me tonight. What do I got to do? And I knew, but you know what? that's what makes me, brother. You know, that's what makes me. I'm a flyby. You know, I'll make videos out of my phone, and if they work, they work.
Yeah. It's I'm excited for the Mega Media event. I actually wanted to go this year anyway. I was going to sign up anyway, and then they asked me to speak, which was awesome. But I'm really interested. There's a lot of stuff that I want to learn. There's a lot of stuff that I want to absorb and try to figure out. Kind of pick some brains of some different guys, and like Jason Huddleston, the Dent Lion. I called him the other day about something, and that dude, he's on a different planet with the Google stuff.
Oh, you gotta go into Mars to understand that. But it's crazy. He knows just what bothers me is I wish I try to give back anything I can. I mean, like Jason helped me out with some things. I mean, he was a new tech. He flew out here. I tried to help him with some anything I can do. I mean, geez, I wish someday I can turn my computer on and log on to your show, but unfortunately, I hope someday I can get something else than dial up internet. No.
Well, look, man. We've got a couple events coming up. We've got the MME next week in Colorado. Got the PDR World Cup coming up too. You have the Stanliner event the week of MTE. So that's another event that they're doing. I don't know yet. I'm not 100%. I've got the traveling this year has been a little crazy. I go on a nice Disney cruise in December. So,
nice.
And then we've got MTE. So, hopefully you guys are watching.
That is a must, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, if that is an absolute must. I mean, all I can say about MTE, man, is I actually got to be careful when I talk about it because I do get emotional, man. Let me tell you something. It's like I mean, I'm Catholic. It's like I found it's just I found my home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean that. Like, I have friends, man, that I don't know how I could live without them now. And I put myself in a box for so long, a bubble. When I left Dent Wizard, I mean, I didn't talk to anyone.
I did too.
I mean, this Tommy Boroff out here, man, I had so much trouble getting him going. Like, he was young, and we didn't talk. And he finally went to MTE, dude. I was so proud. Like, inside, I had this feeling inside. Like, I was literally, I ain't gonna lie, dude. I got on a plane to go home. I bawl my eyes out every time.
Yeah.
It's that good, man. It's really, and it's because the friendships are so that good.
Yeah.
The network, and it's really great, man.
And Vegas was different. Vegas was a little smaller, a little more niche, and I felt like I could have more in depth and more quality conversations than I do in Orlando. Orlando is crazy packed. There's a million people coming at you. Vegas was a little more chill.
Orlando is like the crew you first go with, and you're bodging through the days. Like, you might bump into people, you know what I mean? Like, you're with that little crew. Vegas, it was nice, man, because I mean, like, even when I walk into the bar, they're like, Manny approached me right away. I never even met Manny, and he was just cool as shit. And I'm like, holy shit, how's this dude know me? And it was just cool. I mean, hanging out with you was great. You know?
Yeah.
It was great.
And we were standing on Ray Sapnew's balcony looking at the Vegas World. That room was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That Ray Sapnew's room.
Oh, dude, that was sick.
Let me tell you.
Dude, I couldn't even go out on the balcony when we first got up there. And then, remember, I got the photos of us. I'm like, Ryan, get over here. Let's get a picture. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm trying to turn. I'm like this. I'm like, I'm trying to get the view.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oops, sorry.
And we had Kevin Andrews that wouldn't even walk out there. He was terrified. So
dude, it's funny because I didn't realize he was that bad until after when I saw the photo.
It's terrible.
And then
You know,
whatever that drink we had was, I mean, I don't even know, Ryan.
Yeah, the world, that was a life-changing experience.
Of the buzz button?
That's it. It was life-changing.
Yeah, it was life-changing.
It was like LSD in a liquor drink. It was
Dude, it was
so
like,
it was
like,
Ray Sapnew's. We'll give him the story. It was Ray Sapnew's wife's birthday.
Kara's
And
birthday,
we left,
yeah.
everybody left. It was probably 30 of us. And Jay Gerhardt runs to the bar and he orders 30 buzz button drinks. And we're like, what is
I got
this?
that
And
on video.
Ray says, this is absolutely a life-changing drink. So we get this thing and we sniff it and we're like, oh,
We're like,
you know, this is like,
yeah.
This is the worst smelling thing ever.
I think there was 7 alcohols in it or something.
And it's got this little flower floating in the top. And Jay, we're in the middle of this casino, like in like the walking area. And Jay Gerhardt's screaming.
Wait a minute.
This is how you
can't leave the guy sleeping. You can't leave the guy out sleeping past out. You cannot leave that out.
Outside of that bar, there was like an Italian guy or Greek guy.
No, he was Chinese, Oriental.
70. Was he Asian?
Yeah, he was Asian.
So he was passed out. He was wearing all white, and he had drinks or something all down the front of him. So that was from some buzz buttons.
That was from buzz buttons.
He said, you need to chew up this flour. So we stick the flour in our mouth, and we're like, okay.
He goes, everyone, spin your drink. Take the thing out. Take a sip of the drink, remember? And we swish it around.
You're right.
I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm ready to spit it out. Then he's like, now take the flour and put it in your mouth. And we're like, and he's like, chew it and swish it all around. And we're like, I mean, this was nasty. I mean, it felt like pop rocks were going off.
It was terrible. And then everything started going numb. It was the craziest.
And then I'm like, so what are we doing? Are we tripping or something? Then he's like, everyone, happy birthday, Kara. Drink your drink. Enjoy your drink. And we're like, oh my God, this is gross.
It was but the more you drank it, the better the drink got.
The better it get. Yeah. So
if you guys are ever in Vegas, you need to get a buzz button
at the Cosmopolitan.
I don't know how much they cost.
Visit Ray Sapnew on the 67th floor. Shit, I gotta go work. Hey, I gotta go work for Dentcraft.
Yeah. So I appreciate you coming on. You know, I'm sure I'll talk tomorrow. We'll catch up, and
I appreciate you having me on, bro. I really do, man. It's been on.
No, dude. It's just us Dent guys having a conversation. It's cool that we're allowed to share all this stuff with these guys. You know what I mean? It's nice that there's a platform out here that we can.
Yeah.
But next week we're going to be live on Facebook next week from Colorado. So we're going to go live on Facebook. I don't know who's going to be with me, but we'll figure it out. Thursday night, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see. See who we have in our thing, and we'll go from there. But look, John, I appreciate it, and all you guys.
Sorry, I couldn't read any replies or anything, so I didn't see anything.
He forgot his cheaters. So.
Oh man! All right,
guys. I appreciate you watching, and remember, guys, keep it real. Next week, we're live. Oh, my God.
Pats!
He just ruined this thing, didn't he? He just ruined it. Poor guy. See you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Later, Ryan.